Just like this John Deere 3010, it is 100% original. Charging just like we should, so that's a good sign. Everything's working. Okay, so you guys are probably thinking, what am I doing in the pig pen? I want to talk to you guys for a moment about how to do things right. Well, just how we do things. You guys probably remember this little guy here was broke because this one over here is painted. Well, I told Dad, I said, you know, why are you buying another one when it fits, when, you know, that one holds it down? He's like, well, if somebody goes and looks at this machine and sees that, you know, things are missing that should theoretically be in place, like this latch, for example, that buyer is not going to pay top dollar for this machine because it's got pieces, parts missing on it. Just like if, well, there was a cover missing, people probably wouldn't buy top dollar for this machine, seeing that there was a cover missing. That is why we try to do things right and try to make our equipment last. As you guys can see, there are no wires, no nothing astray in the cab. All that there is just a chain that we use to move augers around with and things of that nature. It's a very, very well kept machine for 4,260 engine hours. You're not able to find a nice, clean, well-maintained loader as this one here. Same thing with this John Deere 835R. I'm going to take better care of it than I did my M835M. Meaning, we're not going to back into buildings and punch us out like we did with the other Gator. I wish I had pictures of it. Actually, I think I do somewhere. If I run across any pictures, I will incorporate them. But, you know, just take care of things and things will last. Got our fertilizer on gassy. It's a 1985 Chevy C65 truck. Used to have that lime body on it, but things have changed to where we were able to purchase that cabin chassis, put the lime body on that cabin chassis, and use this for our fertilizer. So there is our chemicals to mix in a sprayer when it comes time. So you guys are probably thinking, man, you have some really nice equipment. Well, we do. Okay, as you can see here, these plastic grills on the old girl, it's not all beat out, it's not all broken. I mean, yeah, it's a little loose there, and there is a screw out in the grill right there. There's supposed to be a screw there, but the rest of them are in. It is not all broken, busted, you know, hurt, dented, dinged, things like that. The bumper is straight on the old girl. Same way with the International. You know, nothing's bent, nothing's broke, nothing's kinked. I mean, it's a good running truck. I mean, we could put a dump body on the Chevy and put it back in service if we wanted to, but we're not going to, because it does its job just good being a tender truck to the corn planter. Okay, this truck goes wherever that corn planter does, because it has 28% nitrogen on one tank, and then it has starter fertilizer on the other. I don't remember which is which, but nothing's broken, nothing is bent on anything that we have. Everything is in good operating order, just as it was when we purchased it, or we tried to put things back to original. Just like that big John Deere 7810 sitting back there in the corner that is hooked up to the Salford tillage tool. I know you guys are probably thinking, well, you can redo them mirrors, you can, you know, add, take away things. Yeah, you can, but we just, when we were giving this tractor a little bit of TLC this past winter, as you guys saw, we figured it was time to do things right. The only upgrade that we did to this tractor, we did two upgrades. We put the right AM/FM antenna on this tractor. Not that I listen to the radio, but it is the whip style antennas that are just like a CB antenna with a spring. Okay, that should have been on this tractor from factory, but they weren't. So it is what it is there. We put the right style mirrors back on, glass, everything, because again, we do things right. What we did do as a, well, a necessity rather, was we put LED lights in the front of this John Deere 7810 and the 7800 as well. We put LED lights just in the front because there is $400 gone, spent, and well, what am I trying to say? Put to use, okay? As those up there start to burn out and the ones in the back, we might change them to LEDs. We're not sure yet. Same way with that 7800. Okay, but this is the other tank that I was talking about, that we can haul more fertilizer. This is the 28%. What do we had wrote on this? Oh, it's the other side. But this takes place of the saddle tanks like I was talking about. It is little stuff like reworking this back here that will hopefully do better in helping the seed grow. I kind of think that this wheel, the spiked wheel, will do good because it'll, when it goes around, it'll break up every clump of dirt that it sees, that it comes into contact with, and it will kind of fluff up the dirt too. And then this chain back here will just drag over it and close the hole up. So that is what's going on with that. Very, very, very well kept planter. We were going to upgrade, but we were like, well, what's a couple extra days planting with this? You know, it'll do just fine. Just like this John Deere 3010, it is 100% original. The motor got some work done to it when I believe my grandfather bought the tractor. I think it might have 30-20 injectors in it and a 30-20 fuel pump. I am not sure. I could be wrong, but it has 30-20 parts in it. You guys probably remember how this hood up here was all scuffed and just real nasty looking. When we redid this tractor, when we redone the pump, the bolts that go to the front of the pump that are right there, okay, we tightened them up. We had the thing over at the shop across the road, tore it apart, had the hood off. I was involved sanding this down, and in here spray painted it and just kind of touched it up a little bit to make it look like new again. You guys are saying to yourselves, well, that block of wood, you know, could be painted. Well, it's a block of wood. The paint is going to get scuffed from pushing wagons in the barn. You can't help blocks of wood that get all scuffed up and everything. But that is why we try to take care of our stuff by painting things that are dull, things that are scratched, and it just makes it look better. This handrail, grab handle could use a painting, but I don't see it getting a painting. Guys wondering why we leave the PTO lever in neutral or in the on position. Theoretically, it's supposed to have a brake, I believe, that comes to like right there. But I was told that you have to, I think, split the tractor in half, and we're not gonna do that. We can just live with it for, well, what little PTO work this tractor does. It can sit there and spin. It is a good tractor for 3,300, 3,400, 3,500 engine hours. Keep them good, keep them clean, keep them maintained. That is an original canopy. My grandfather wanted a drawing, and the only modification he done to this was a mirror and that light back there for when you're going down the road. Just like, you know, that Heston got a service this past winter, and it is ready to go. We put some air in a tire and it looks better. So all it takes is a little bit of maintaining equipment, and you will have it lasting a long time. Just like that water truck, I am going to be taking the battery cover off of it and putting the little trickle charger on it. This is a homemade water truck. It used to be a water tanker for fire department. We were able to acquire the truck and turned it into a water truck that we could use. to water the road down. So I think all I need to do when it comes time to take the cover off is there might be some bolts. Where at, I don't know. But this is where the batteries are, okay? I don't know if this thing is gonna get pressure washed before it goes over across the road. It gets put into service, but I do know that the old backhoe is going to get a washing maybe next week because it needs a washing. The birds have set on this. You let the bird droppings set on paint and it could ruin the paint really easy, which that is no good. So I think this is the second set of teeth this backhoe's had, and they are still sharp for all the more digging we do with the old girl. So yeah, I mean, yeah, this backhoe, it has some leaks, you know, it leaks oil, but you kind of got to ask yourself the question, is it worth fixing the leaks for all the more that we use it for? And we use it to dig a hole on occasions, and that is it. Just like down here, this steering, this cylinder, I believe, yeah, the cylinder weeps oil, but you know, I mean, you could dump, why dump, you know, I'm just gonna throw a number out there, $5,000 in a backhoe that you only use maybe once every 8 months or so. It don't make any sense. But like I said, it is going to get a good washing when it warms up this next week, the week of March 20th. It's just too cold out, but it is what it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed this somewhat of a video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys learned a lot.